In this lab, we'll cover IT Asset Management System Administration. So I'm going to return back to the beacon, make this full screen. Then I'll make the browser full screen as well. So I'm on Orgo 1. So you go down to Administration menu. Identity Management includes user, account, and group management. You can also set up identity providers. Under IT Asset Management, you've got General and Defaults, which will set up your platform-wide settings. IT asset accounts are specific to folks logging into IT asset management roles they can have. The license will tell you what capabilities you have. And then for users to modify their own preferences like language and currency, they can use this to set their own settings. We also have settings under SaaS, Cloud, and Cloud plugins. Since this is specific to IT asset management, I'm going to go to the General settings. Here on the left are our different tabs for settings for these object properties. So we start off with assets. We have some defaults here, things like synchronize assigned user and inventory and asset, synchronize enterprise groups between devices and assets. If I go down to, say, inventory, additional settings, again, platform-wise, discussion to have with your SAM program to determine how we want to set this up. And maybe it's an ongoing discussion on a quarterly or twice a year schedule to see, do we need to change any of these settings given our program is evolving over time. We've got some licensing settings, purchase settings for things like automatically processing purchases into the system, some security settings for whether we're going to allow users to upload documents into the database, or if maybe they can only just put in URLs and UNC addresses. Under integration is where we would set up the integration between IT Asset Management and SaaS Manager. So we've already got that enabled. That's not on by default. So if you want to manage licenses and IT Asset Management from SaaS, you can enable this and hit save, and then it'll be configured for the platform. And we also have user management, where you can put your blacklisted users so we don't create these users as part of our inventory import. And again, this is discussion points to have with your SAM program, with your customer for setting up the platform initially, and then maybe to review this over time to see if some settings might need to be changed. Under SaaS, we have general settings, so we can change the currency here. We have the email footer and the task expiration days, and that's about it. If I go to IT Asset Management settings default, this is where on the IT Asset Management side, we would set the time zone for the platform. We've got currency settings, so I've already got a couple extra ones in here. The default in this point is US dollars, but if you want to add a currency, you can just check it off the list and put in the exchange rate, which I don't know what it is, so I'll just keep it at 1, hit add, and now that currency is also available. It doesn't change the default unless you select something other than US dollar. So if I wanted the euro to be default, I can select make default, and that will have all of the dollars or all the currency numbers put in, for purchases, unit prices and such, be the default currency. These other currencies will come into play under my asset preferences, where the person logging in may want to look at a currency in their local denomination. So then you can then change what they see. Is not changing the dollars or the numbers in the system. It's just changing, using the exchange rate to just change the reports and the views to put it into a preferred currency. And then you can also change your preferred time zone, so it's local to the user. And you can also change the language from the default of English to German, Spanish, French, or Japanese. Let's take a look at the IT asset license settings. Our training environment has everything turned on, so we have the ability to synchronize with ServiceNow. We can turn on the APIs. We can anonymize the data in the application recognition library. You can see the current version that we have. So the cloud's always going to be updated, but you can at least see what version we're on in case you want to look things up on docs@flexera.com. We also have the number of active devices that are allowed in the system. 5,000 is what the license allows. We only have 322 active, so we have plenty of extra capacity. If we do try to import more than 5,000 active devices, that'll stop at 5,000, and it just won't bring in the rest. These tiles over here show what else the key has access to. So we have the use rights libraries for client publishers and for data center publishers. If you click on details, you can see some of the specific publishers that are part of that data center use rights library. We've also this key can turn on our integration with SAP, and it includes the service life data pack, which gives us your end of life, end of service, end of sales data. Also under SaaS settings, if you go down administration SaaS and click on audit logs, you can see the activity that's taking place for SaaS settings. You can filter it by types of actions and look at the details. And that covers basic administration for SaaS and ITAM.